started by getting your thoughts about the game in general, and then we'll go with more specific questions from the media. But your comments on the game?
Well, I thought they had their outside shot going tonight, and that's something we were trying to take away with Ballman. Obviously, she's a threat from all over the court. She can score inside and outside. And we wanted to eliminate her contributions offensively. They had some players step up for them today and make some shots. I think they hit 6 threes on the day. And I think the story is really their defensive pressure. They really got up and pressured the ball hard and made really every pass difficult for us. And turned us over quite a bit, which is, it led to some offense for them. But overall, I think defensive pressure and the ability to hit some outside shots was the difference in the game.
Thank you. I'd like to open it up for questions from the media.
Just can you talk about the end of the first half? For the most part, despite some of your struggles offensively, you were right there till really the final 2 minutes. How tough did that make halftime?
It's a big swing in momentum. If you look at, I think it was a 5-point game, and they pushed it to 8 or 9. They hit a 3, and then turned it turnover into 2 points. That was a big 5-point swing. Those are always key going into halftime, and they were cranked up after that happened. And for us, we've been in those situations where teams have went on a little run, but you always want to end the half strong, and we didn't. So it definitely didn't help us.
Just kind of a follow-up to that. The third quarter, the start, was kind of the knockout punch, the way the second quarter ended, and then to come out and have the third quarter start the way it did. What was the message at halftime, and why didn't it work, I guess, coming out in the third quarter?
Well, I think we came out and tried to handle their pressure a little bit more on the ball, whether it be with an on-ball or a back screen. And we struggled really. Pass to pass was difficult, and it was hard to get into anything offensively, whether it be a set or our basic offense. And they really do a nice job pressuring. To their credit, they have a lot of players that can get up and physically pressure the basketball. And we struggle with just the speed of the game. I think at the end of the second quarter and the third quarter, I think they were a step quicker than us. And we had heart. We showed that the whole game. I thought we battled in the paint. I thought we did a great job on Ballman. But the end of the second quarter and the third quarter was definitely, it was their runs that they went on in that middle part of the game.
Mark did a good job of Bowman, but she still found her way to hurt you. And I guess your impression on her and how tough a matchup she was, she seemed to be a step ahead of everybody on the floor.
She's outstanding. She's a very dynamic, versatile player that can score so many different ways. When we came into this game, we thought we had to keep her out of the lane. She does a nice job off that flex cut, getting the ball inside, UCLA cut, getting the ball inside. And we wanted her to be an outside shooter, make some other players make some shots, and they were able to do that today. And it worked from time to time, taking away the inside game. They missed a few shots, but overall their players stepped up. She's a great player, though. She makes everyone so much better, and I think everyone knows that's her strength, is her ability to make every player on the floor so much better. And she's going to be a great one in college.
I got a question back here on the right.
Mark, as far as her presence defensively, though, I mean, in a game where they have a 22-1 edge and points off the turnovers, it seemed like a lot of that was triggered by her anticipating a lot of things you were doing. Perhaps is that the underappreciated part of her game?
She plays really hard. That's something I respect a lot. She's a lot better than a lot of the players out there, but when you have a player that's willing to work harder than everyone else too, that's a great combination. She's a competitor. She plays hard every possession, and that's something I think people can appreciate and respect. And our squad obviously has a lot of respect for her. She's a complete player, and she showed that today.
Over here to the left.
Mark and Sophie, kind of go through the last 4 games. I mean, you guys have really ridden an emotional roller coaster coming into this game today with huge wins over YG, the triple overtime with Baraboo, win over Whitewater. And what was, I mean, coming in today, what was everybody's mindset? How did y'all feel when you got here?
Well, I mean, going into the game, we thought it was going to be a battle, and we knew we were going to have to play our best to be able to defeat them. And sadly, we didn't come out as strong as we have in the past, and we weren't able to make the passes that, and we're turning the ball over.
Well, it's been a great run, and no question about it, to get to the state tournament. It's the ultimate goal for any player. And once you earn your ticket, you want to get down here and win. And I thought we had a good week of practice. Obviously, our goal was to try to really limit Bowman. And but she made so many great plays for her teammates. And we wanted to take away the inside game for her because they do post her up quite a bit. So I think you have to pick, how do you want Eisenhower to beat you? It's just a tough matchup for us. They're very talented, well coached. You can see when they had their lead, they were very good with the lead. I thought they rebounded well. They can block some shots. They do a lot of things really well, so it's a tough matchup for us.
Sophie, I just want to talk about in the paint. Watching you and Wyman go at it, and then later on Han, you guys have had some nice battles. Could you talk about your defense and did they have to make you work hard?
Yeah, it was very physical in the paint. There was a lot of elbows being thrown, and I know the refs were talking a lot to get off and stuff, so it was tough.
Back row.
I mean, looking at the stat sheet from the rebounding standpoint, you guys seem to own the boards 26 to 13. That must be a strong in terms of preparation and doing that.
Yeah, we are a really good rebounding team. It all starts with Sophie here. She's been tough on the glass her whole career. She's one of those state's leading rebounders. I think she averaged right around 12 a game. That's something Sophie brings every night. There was a few games this year she had over 20 rebounds. She really battles inside and gives it everything she has. And we have a number of players we try to really promote in practice. We practice it quite a bit as far as boxing out and rebounding and gaining that edge in the lane. I think that's really the key ingredient for any team. If you want to be really good, you got to be able to rebound the ball. And we did that today, but it wasn't enough.
They had 15 steals against you guys. Did you anticipate the quickness that they would bring and how they could kind of get up and guard you guys?
Well, I think physically they had an edge, whether it be with height, length, size. I think they were a little bit bigger than us at every position and a little bit faster. And we didn't get the back screen action. I think could have relieved some of that pressure. Instead, we would extend ourselves out on the perimeter, which made it even more difficult. And physically, they were just stronger than us. So we didn't have an answer for their pressure. It's something they've been able to do all year on teams. I think on film, obviously, they look very good pressuring the ball, and they've been able to do that to a lot of teams this year. And I thought occasionally we were tough with it, but for the most part, they had the upper hand.
Any further questions? Seeing and hearing none, thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Great.